I think it was a pretty interesting demonstration for you. Okay, now we will move into Web 2.0. First of all, we will look at what does mean by the Web 2.0. The Web 2.0 platform can be very successfully powered by Rails and Ruby. Ruby and Rails makes Web 2.0 applications simple and quick to program, addressing many of the needs of simple Web 2.0 applications out of the box. Ruby itself has a huge amount for the would-be decorative programmer who is making the transition to this new web platform from their traditional Java or .NET platform. In particular, it is easy to write your domain logic in a declarative style in Ruby. Web 2.0 features. We list few features as follows. Rich Internet Application Technique, apparently Ajax based. CSS, clean and meaningful URLs, and so on. Let's consider why Ruby on Rails involving with Web 2.0. So getting Rails in the enterprise is not an easy thing to do. But you have probably wondering why I think Rails is such a big deal for enterprise applications. At least for people who have to write enterprise applications. I am not going to talk about why Rails is an important technology. It's been done over and over. There have been lots of feuds between the Java and Rails camps over the past few years. Because of the reason is Ruby on Rails is a super productive environment for developing applications. It's faster to build applications in Rails than in Java or .NET hands down. Well, Rails is a web application tool. Comparing it to Java or .NET is like comparing apples and oranges. Ruby is a powerful, easy to learn, fully object-oriented language. Also, Rails is nothing without Ruby. In addition to consider as JRuby, Java is not going to fade away. It will continue to be an integral part of enterprise. Ruby on Rails has been used for thousands of applications around the world. This is the short overview of the most profits. Let's consider why doesn't Web 2.0 interest with Ajax. Some Web 2.0 applications like the Remix Google Maps happen to be Ajax applications. Ajax can be a useful approach for making web applications with very rich behavior. It doesn't have anything to do with the read-write web which is what Web 2.0 is about. Web 2.0 is about making websites machine readable so that content can seamlessly between unreleased sites. Technologies can RSS, APIs, and XML, CSS are the core of Web 2.0. Social networks and tagging and attention are the core of Web 2.0, not rich client technologies like Ajax. If we start using Web 2.0 to mean everything we think is cool right now, and term will quickly become meaningless and obsolete. We will go through short comparison between Ruby and PHP. PHP is a programming language, whereas Rails is a framework for writing web applications using the Ruby programming language. There are a lot of PHP web application frameworks. Some are good and some are not. For some definitions for the word good. Many frameworks, including Java and .NET based frameworks, have borrowed heavily from Rails. Ruby is a very concise language. This means that you can be very expensive and do a lot in very few lines of code. PHP is very well known, so it might be easier for many people not familiar with Ruby to stay with PHP. PHP programs tend to require less memory to run, so they tend to be easier to deploy. With the release of ModRails and Ruby Express Edition, Rails become easier to deploy than PHP once the initial Apache add-ons were made. PHP programs require less memory because by default they don't have an overhead of a web framework. Although I haven't seen any stats on this, I would imagine that a PHP applications running inside a web framework as robust as Rails would have similar memory requirements. The additional add-ons only have to be made once per machine and are super easy to do. Rails is easier instead of just as easy because Rails has migrations which make development of database change easier than any open or commercial solution I have ever seen, and also easy for designers to learn. Okay, now we are coming to the end of our presentation. This is the second video we did belongs to this topic. So we hope we will get better understand about the Ruby language and its involvement with Web 2.0. Thank you for watching this video tutorial.